Are we good?
Mine says
live.
mine says live. So
Live?
I don't know. I'm concerned.
Oh man, we are back on air. This is a struggle. Welcome back, guys. This is episode 35 of the Nintendo E3 prediction show. This is Planet Nintendo podcast. We are live. Should we do intros again?
Do it.
Joe after work, the best co-host. What's up, man?
I'm posting to Discord is what's happening. There we go. I posted the link. I'm doing good, man. I'm sorry. My crap got throttled like right when we went streaming.
It's all good. It's all good. Bobby, what's up, dude?
I'm out. I'm done. you got 20 minutes, man.
They came
20
for you,
minutes
man.
and I gotta bounce. But what's up, man? I'm glad you we kind of fixed it. Took whatever, but you know. So, how you doing?
Pretty good. Delapo, what's up, man?
What is up, guys?
And Mr. Bad Bit, finally here. What's
Yeah.
up, dude?
You saved the best for last. I like this.
All right, so before we get into some predictions, I know Bobby has to go in about 20 minutes.
Mhm.
I'll start with Bobby first because this E3, this year has been very different from last year, 2017. A lot of hype and momentum, and this year has kind of come to a little bit of a halt for Nintendo. So, how do you feel about this E3 and the importance of it overall?
It's funny because I was just talking to Jules last night. We were having a conversation because we're prepping for E3, and in the conversation we were saying so Nintendo wants to move 20 million units this year, and they're really behind the ball. You know what I mean? They're not. I mean, I don't know what their sales are. They might be doing well. I don't know, but they're not touting like they were at the end of the fiscal year. So when you look at that and you go, okay, here's Nintendo. They want to move 20 million units. Can they move 20 million units with just Smash and Pokemon? I don't know that they can do that, especially since it's not a true Pokemon game. It could be a remake. If it is what we get, who knows? Emily Rogers could be wrong. We don't know. But I feel like E3 is going to become an explosion. Let's be honest. If they hit some of the things that I think are going to get predicted here tonight, I think Nintendo bounces back strong into 2019 and really sells what they want to sell. So I really am expecting a lot out of this E3, not just Smash. So I think Smash is going to be huge, but I think they got a lot more to offer.
Okay. Joe, I will go to you. Same kind of question. Do you think Nintendo has a few things up their sleeve?
I definitely think they have something up their sleeve that they're hiding there. I'm sort of on the same boat with Bobby a little bit, but at the same time, I can see Smash and Pokemon alone selling what they're selling. You got to also remember we haven't seen anything about Yoshi or Metroid yet, or Fire Emblem Switch, which are all apparently slated for this year. So those could be the games. There could be something else completely different that they show us that's going to be coming out later this year that no one might have thought of. That could be completely wacky. Plus we have all the third-party support that I think if anything, third parties have really helped this first half of the year, and especially within the next these past 2 weeks, and then right after E3 going into the end of the month of June, it's like a war zone. Everyone's not going to know what the hell to do with themselves.
Yeah. Because I think just to tap off what Joe said a little bit there with the third parties, if you're looking at if Bethesda comes strong and continues their support of Nintendo, Ubisoft continues their support, I think that Nintendo can really bounce back and have a strong second half. And I would hope that the second half, like E3 on to the end of the year, isn't just Port City like we've seen so far. I would think that's where we're going to start getting our new titles, because to me, the first year and a half is typically when new consoles get a lot of ports and a lot of stuff to hold people over until the new games can come. I think that Nintendo really is running out of gas when it comes to the port. So I would hope that the second half is going to be strong first party.
You can always get some ports. We still got Wonderful 101. We still have
don't
Wind
need that
Waker.
crap.
We still have
Nobody
Twilight
needs
Princess.
that No, but what I'm saying is that they
Devil's
could, but I don't
Third.
think they could. Yes, I think it's in their best interest not to. Like if you're going to do, we don't need Wonderful 101. We don't need any of that garbage.
Shut your face.
Oh,
That's
so good.
that's hot trash in the
So
summer.
good.
Hot trash in the summer. Anyway,
with the ports.
we need to focus on. I think that if they go to Wind Waker, they go to Twilight Princess, they're just gonna hurt themselves.
I think they spread it out though. Like I don't think we see the end of the ports. I think this was enough. Like this first half of the year. Okay, now let's get serious. Let's crank these games out, like the new stuff. Let's get going.
Yeah. Delapo, same question to you, man.
Yeah, no, Nintendo, I mean, honestly, it's their E3 to lose. I've said this before in the sense that, like, E3 is effectively what people have been talking about and what they're going to talk about. Right now, Nintendo has everyone's ear. The only thing that's ever been, like, that's going on right now are Nintendo leaks, Nintendo rumors, etc., etc. So they have the public's ear. Right now, I don't know that they even really need a whole lot to really blow it out of the water. After E3, I think that we're going to see a lot of third parties filling in the gaps between major releases. I don't see because we've got like the Fortnite rumors, we've got the Grand Theft Auto rumors, whether you like them or not. Those are things that make money, so people want to play them on their Switch. So we've got like I don't think Metroid's this year. I think it'll be a good starter off for next year, but I just think that's the place where it needs to be. But other than that, I think they're poised to do something really awesome at E3.
Okay. And Bad Bit, we're getting these announcements like internet and internet. So do you think Nintendo has a big show coming up?
I think Delapo hit it on the head, and Bobby, Andrew, everybody did great. I think this is their E3 to lose. I think if Nintendo needs to only bring 3 games, right? Smash, Pokemon, Metroid. And if somehow 2 out of 3 of those games don't deliver, then they have themselves a situation, because what Bobby said in the beginning is completely right. They're not bragging about their sales numbers because guess what? PlayStation's starting to outsell them again. Ever since February, PlayStation is consistently number 1 on the monthly sales charts, and that is concerning if you're Nintendo. And I think the perception is that all the Nintendo Switches are ports, though the sales of like Donkey Kong would like to say otherwise, that these ports are healthy. I think perception mindshare is important. So I think after this point, you have to tread lightly on ports. I think, like a couple days ago, Bobby, I felt so bad for you, right? You got excited for that one Bandai Namco game. Everybody just attacked you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That was mean.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Well, my thing is I looked at that and I was like, I haven't played it yet. So I'm okay with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looked cool. Yes, people jumped all over and just.
But I think that's the problem is everyone's like, oh, no more ports. But then when it's a game that they haven't played or it's their game that they want, then they praise the freaking sun to the moon.
Here's the issue with Nintendo and the ports. When you looked at year 1, it was new game, port. New game, port. They kept bouncing back and forth. So they broke it up a little bit. And there was more new games than it was ports. The whole first half of this year has been ports. So I'm okay with them. What's problem, Delapo?
2 ports.
Yeah, I think it was 2 ports because there's Kirby. I know Kirby for sure.
No,
this year, yeah.
You got Bayonetta. You got Kirby.
Yeah.
Kirby's the only new game that they put out this year.
I thought you were talking about
Bayonetta. No, I'm talking this year. I'm talking from 2016. So January, you have Hyrule Warriors. You have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Bayonetta. Like, it's a continuation of ports.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Dark Souls, a port. Like all this crazy stuff that's coming up into this point. What I'm saying is last year you would have gotten Kirby, you would have gotten probably Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. You would have gotten Yoshi. You would have gotten Hyrule Warriors. They're not breaking the ports up. They're just running continuous with them. So I feel like that's why it just feels like, for us as Nintendo fans, here's the problem. Us that owned the Wii U and supported it, we're the ones that are not really excited for the ports.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that never owned a Wii U that are loving it. There's just as many people out there that are hyped up about the games. We just need something new. And it's starting to feel like Wii U land again, where it's long breaks before you're getting, some stuff. Today was a good day. I mean, today was Runner 3 and Mega Man. They were good.
My thing about the ports is that you have a game come out like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and that adds like a new battle mode, the 2-item thing, which I think is a big thing. It changes up the whole game. And then you have Donkey Kong, which adds a character. You have Bayonetta 2, which really, it packages in a game, which the Wii U version did. You have Hyrule Warriors, which adds a ton of stuff. So it's like inconsistency with the ports. Like, I feel like give us a bunch of new content or just give us a straight port. And that could be like, so I don't know. It's kind of confusing with the port system.
Well, the other problem too is, and what a lot of people are making reference to, which, let's get serious. You're not going to do it, but people could have bought the Wii U version of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for like $20. So that was an issue too. But the problem is, most of those people that were complaining don't have a Wii U. So
yeah,
where's the difference? But the game does look like, when I talk about Hyrule Warriors, it runs like a charm. It is
so much better.
Oh my god, it's so much better, smoother. Just there's more enemies on the stage than, at least it feels that way, than the Wii U version. It doesn't chug. The Wii U version would stutter all the time. This thing is just silky smooth. Plus, you get all that content from the 3DS, which I didn't buy the 3DS version because that was bad. Like, that was really troublesome. So
that was the one I bought.
You buy everything. That's your problem.
I don't buy everything.
I guess that's the importance. So we went over the importance of E3, and I think it is a pretty big E3, especially the year that Nintendo's having. It's not terrible, but it's not like exciting like last year. So I think the first topic we should go over is a third party support, and it hasn't been terrible so far. It's been pretty good. I will go with Joseph first. I want to hear some E3 predictions in terms of third parties. Is it going to be there? Is there going to be a lot of it?
So I hope you mean me. And yes. By that, I will say yes. Yeah, no, I think there's going to be, the team up between Nintendo and Bethesda has been awesome. I really do think if there is one third party that just consistently delivers, it's Bethesda. And I want to really congratulate them because they're putting their games out, and yeah, they're selling pretty well, but it's not like gangbusters. It's not night and day, right? Like EA gave FIFA a half-baked port, and they're just like, oh, it didn't sell well because it was crap, and they just backed away from supporting the Switch, and now they're like hot and cold on it. Bethesda consistently, right? We saw it with Doom, we saw it with Skyrim. We're gonna see more from Bethesda. And I really think if there is a game that people would like on the Switch, I think if I can say 2 games right off the bat, we're going to see Fallout 4. I think that's just clear as day. Yeah. I think that game can run perfectly fine. It wasn't a beautiful game on the PS4 or Xbox One. So I think you could scale it back a little bit and it'll run perfectly okay, just like how the game ran okay. And I also think they're saving one big one. I would love this to be true. A little bit of a pie in the sky to start things off. We're going to get Rage 2.
Wow.
I need it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. It looks a lot like Doom. I feel like they could make a Switch, quote unquote, Switch version. They did a pretty good job with Doom. I'll go right down the line. Joe, no Joseph. In terms of third parties, man, what are you thinking?
Oh man, in terms of third parties, geez. I think it's interesting. This kind of ties in with like the cloud version stuff that we've been getting recently with like Sega and Capcom. I think Capcom tests out a cloud version of RE7 here in the States, just to see how that's going to work.
No.
I don't agree with the method that they're approaching with, but I get why it works in Japan. I think the reason that they're going to test the waters is because I'm wondering if they're leaning towards something bigger, where they come up with something along an EA Access type thing or a PS Now type thing. I want to say where it's like you stream their game exclusively for like Switch, and maybe they come up with some sort of partnership down the road. But this is real pie in the sky, like real out there. I don't think it's going to happen, but you know what? It's a prediction. We'll have fun with it.
Sure.
I think we'll see something cloud version related from Capcom at the.
I really hope that doesn't come true, though.
I hope so. I hope as well that it doesn't come true.
I've played PlayStation Now, and they actually have servers there, and it still runs bad. I can just only imagine what a Switch.
Why does everyone's PlayStation Now run badly? Mine runs fine.
I had those issues. Yeah,
I never have any of the issues people unless it's like fighting games where like you need like Twitch. I've never had any issues.
Well, there's a little bit of latency.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my internet and it's bad, but I only know Nintendo servers are Nintendo servers. And they're run on Labo servers. They're creating them
too soon, man. Too soon.
I'm so sorry.
Bobby, before you head off, I would love to hear some of your third-party predictions over here.
Well, I mean, let's just blow it out the water. I think, without a doubt, Fortnite comes. There's no reason in the world why this game doesn't come to the Switch. Nintendo needs to get their head out of their asses in terms of, like, they can't pull a Minecraft where they just come so late to the party that nobody cares about it. And, I mean, people still care about Minecraft, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing what it was. It's not the juggernaut that it was. It's still huge, still moves a lot of consoles, or not consoles, moves a lot of copies, but it's not what it was. When Nintendo jumped on, it was the tail end, and I feel like you can't do that with Fortnite. You need a really good, hot game right now. Last year, they wowed us with Rocket League, and I think even Rocket League was late to the party. Like, I think they need to jump on now. If it's running on mobile, there's no reason why it can't run on Switch, in my mind. But I think when you look at what Bethesda's doing, I think Bethesda is just amazing. You know, when you look at Doom, I wanted Doom when they first announced they were coming to Switch and they showed off Skyrim. I was like, man, please bring Doom. They brought Doom, and it runs really good. I think it runs very well. I think it looks good. It's almost hard to tell the difference when that game is moving. It's so quick, it's hard to tell like how bad the textures are. When you stop, it gets a little wonky at times, but it's still for what it's doing, it's amazing. Like I remember when this concept first launched, everybody was just like, if you can give me somewhat of a game with a little bit of a graphical hit, I'll jump all over it. And Bethesda's doing that. Wolfenstein is still yet to come, and they're saying that basically like this game is better. It looks better in Doom. It runs better than Doom. So if they can do this, if they can continue this trend, I'm happy with it. I think if Grand Theft Auto 5 comes, I think that's huge. I think that's another game that sells and moves. It ran on a 360. It ran on a PS4 or a PS3. So there's no reason why it can't come to Switch. I think the question is a lot of these third parties threw out feelers. LA Noire, what did that sell? What kind of numbers did that move? EA is kind of off. I'm praying that Microsoft buys them out, and then we have a chance of them coming back to the Switch, because I think that ship has sailed and it's done. But I think ultimately, when you look at this big picture wise, Nintendo is in a very good place. Their third parties are moving. They are selling for the most part. Ubisoft, I think, is in their back pocket now. I think we're going to start getting more than just the Just Dance stuff. So, I think it's all good. I think it's really good news for Nintendo. And look at Nintendo going into this. They were the underdogs with the Switch. Everybody was on their back and kicking their ass. And Nintendo all along just said, we need to make the console right. We need to prove to third parties that they can make money on our console. And they did that. And I think it's showing. I think now we're moving to the point where third parties are going to come over. I don't think that's their issue anymore.
Okay. And Delapo, what about you, man?
Yeah, I echo a lot of the points that he's making. The whole, what a lot of people don't realize is that no matter what the NPDs say in America, it's like it's almost always flipped in Japan. Week after week after week, the Switch is outselling the PlayStation 4 there. Labo is outselling God of War there, that kind of thing. So there are different markets, and that means that different people are going to gravitate to different things. So when people look at a company like Bethesda and they look at like sales numbers for things like Doom and Skyrim there, you have to look at it a little bit differently, because Bethesda in and of itself isn't publicly traded. I don't believe. I'm pretty sure it's not. So they can afford for a game to just do all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So when a company like EA or Activision looks at a game and it sells as much as Skyrim or whatever, they might say, "Oh, well, that wasn't worth our time to do. Our investors aren't going to be happy with the amount, of growth when they look at this." So that's why I can see a company like Bethesda really latching on. Personally, I think it's too little, too late for Fallout 4. I think like they're probably developing Fallout 5, like most likely, even if they're not.
Yeah.
I think a game like maybe, what was the Evil Within 2 would probably be more.
Oh man, if that game is
more thematically appropriate. The problem that I have with Rage 2 is whenever I see an open world game, that always like puts my hopes back a little bit more for the Switch version of it. It just gets a little bit more dicey technologically with that. So that's as far as Bethesda. I think the relationship is good there. Ubisoft, I think that's where another thing where I feel like the scale of what we've seen from Beyond Good and Evil 2, they say they want to bring it to everything. I don't think that's coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Unless they like pull back on like the scale they're trying to approach, I don't think that's coming to Switch. So Ubisoft, I think we're going to see Just Dance. I think we might see more Rabbids expansions, because I mean that Donkey Kong expansion looks really good. I'm really excited to check that out. But yeah, I mean, who knows? We might see the Division 2, but that's also like another open world game. So I'm kind of worried about that. But then you come to like the big two, the EAs and the Activisions. I think we're going to see a version of COD. I don't think it's going to be Black Ops 4. I think we might get that remaster of Modern Warfare 2. That's just the campaign that's like been rumored or whatever. And then as far as EA goes, the FIFA actually didn't sell that bad in Japan. It actually sold pretty well. So I can't. And even the Ronaldo expansion that they did is coming to Switch. Like, it came to Switch, so they're at least keeping parity in that regard as far as like updates. That's staying there. So I don't see them abandoning Switch. I think we'll see FIFA 19. We're definitely going to see 2K19. That sold pretty darn well. So I think you guys are very happy with that. So at least we're going to see the sports titles. I don't know that we're going to see like for sure we're going to see anything outside of those. But because sports are like pretty popular in Japan, like especially with baseball and soccer, I don't see why we wouldn't see any more of those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fortnite, no brainer. I mean, that's a no brainer to bring it to Switch. It's on everything else. Also, was the Spyro Trilogy confirmed yet?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
rumor. That's a rumor just because of Crash, but I think they've kind of said, I think because Nintendo UK kind of put an image out at first, but then they pulled it down.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably going to be something similar to Crash, where Sony has like a timed exclusive on it, and then it'll start to go elsewhere.
But it's coming to Xbox already. Like it's coming to Xbox the same.
Is it already coming that quick?
Yeah. Day and date. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's a good possibility. Maybe
they might just be saving it for E3.
They could be saving it for E3, and it's something they drop and go, "Oh, by the way, we got this."
Could I just also add to the Fortnite one? It's gonna be day and date. They're gonna drop that ASAP right when the direct is over.
I hope so.
You can try it on your Switch right now.
You know what though? Everybody kind of thought that
like
with
a week span, just like how they did it with iOS. When they announced it, they're like, "There's gonna be an iOS update soon." Week later, I was in the beta.
Well,
because you know what the thing for me that makes me think that they're definitely working on it and doing something with it was, first they put out an April Fool's meme on it, and then they go, "We're not even discussing making anything." And I'm like, really? Like, dude, the thing sold 20 million units, and you're not even we're close to 20 million units in year one, and you're not even thinking about putting it there? Like, that's a little off, if you ask me. So I think they are working on it. I think I agree with you, Joseph. I think it's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bobby, I don't want to. Do you have to like go right now, or
I got time for one more round. Whatever we're doing, we can. I can stick for a couple of minutes.
Cool.
When I go, I'll just blip out. I won't interrupt you or anything.
Well, before you go, we're gonna do like some scattered giveaways throughout this stream. So before you go, I just need a number from you, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So after the third party hits, I feel like we should. I did a whole live stream about this, and I had people commenting and stuff. That was really cool. I want to touch on the rumors first of all, because it's like a big elephant in the room. We have the Star Fox Racing rumor. We also have Pokemon, which I personally think won't be in the conference at all. Ooh. I want to start off right with Joe after work. Do we see this Star Fox project at all?
Man, that's such a weird project. I don't even know what the hell to make of that rumor, to be honest with you. It sounds so outlandish that it might be true. That could be the weird thing that they show this E3. Just looking at how, like, the lineup already that's left, I don't see personally where something like that would fit in. I feel like that would be a total summer title, which it seems, I think our summer's already closed up, right? We got Octo expansion in July. Right. And then for August, that might already be there. And then we've got everything else going into the fall that I mentioned before. I don't think it's something we see this E3. I just can't envision it being there.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be there.
Ooh, boy. Okay.
Oh, boy. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the puppets again. I need them to make a return. They're going to be marionetting it throughout the whole entire conference, too. Like, there's going to be one part, like, maybe it's at the end or somewhere in the video, where you're like, okay, I guess the Star Fox rumor is true. And then out comes marionetting his way is one of the guys, one of them, Reggie. Let's do Reggie. Reggie marionettes his way out there.
Oh, right? My God.
It's like, now we're going to introduce Star Fox Racing. And man, is it going to be amazing. You're going to get those ships. You're going to get the chicken walker things. It's going to be Diddy Kong in space. You heard it from me here first.
Stop teasing me, man.
Oh, my God.
Well, apparently by some of the rumors, this is the best looking game on the Switch. That's what people are saying. I'll shoot to Bobby because he's brutally honest about this. I know that you're going to buy it day one, Bobby, but is this going to be at the E3?
I don't know that I'm going to buy it day one. I'll be honest with you. It's got to impress me. It's really got to wow me. I'm not a huge Star Fox guy, so I bought Zero day one, and I regret every second of it. So my only saving grace is this is a Retro game, and Retro is a phenomenal studio. So if that's the case, I would say, okay, Retro, I'll give you a shot. If Miyamoto went in and was like, we're going to put the Wii U controls in this thing, for like Zero controls into this, it's going to be bad. But now, all seriousness within, I think this is going to be a great game. I think that Retro Studios, people are complaining that like, oh, they've been going for 5 years and this is what we're getting. Like, come on, dude. Everything they touched is gold. Everything. Metroid. They touched Metroid, and now people scream for those type of Metroid games. Donkey Kong. Might I even go as far as to say their versions of Donkey Kong are better than Rare? Like, they are perfectly tuned to take a genre and just knock it out the park. They are the perfect team to do something like this too. And I am really excited to see how far this goes and what exactly they do with this. I think it'll sell well. I think it's going to be a great game. As far as seeing it at E3, I don't think we see it at all. Honestly, we might get a logo. That's tops. I think we might get a Metroid thing where they just throw a JPEG up and be like, "Oh, this is coming." I just don't think. I don't know, man. I just don't think that that's the game they're gonna lead with, because I don't think it's a 2018 game. I think it's a 2019 game.
Definitely.
I don't think they're ready for it. So I don't know. I just don't know if they're going to pop it out there yet. They might just. They haven't talked about Retro in a while. They kind of let Retro simmer for a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, Robert Bear in the chat says this could be something similar to the Rabbids. When that came out, it was kind of like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I thought that was
Well, and you think about it, like Rabbids took a hit when that thing leaked. That people beat the hell out of that game, and then all of a sudden E3 comes around, and it was like the second coming of Christ walked down on the stage, and it was like everybody was like, "Oh, I knew this game was going to be great." F you, you didn't know anything. You talking trash in forums, like please. So yeah, I'm ready for this one.
okay. Delapo, we seeing this game this year? E3?
Yeah, I actually think it might even be a November game. The reason I say that is precisely because of Mario plus Rabbids, in the sense that we didn't see heads nor tails of that, you know, and then it existed, you know. So I think Grand Starfall. I think that when I look back at this year, I want it to be about, you know, the tentpole IPs that were here. You know, we haven't had like a huge amount of them. I think that maybe Yoshi's this year too. So you'll have Yoshi, you'll have Kirby, basically the B squad, and you'll have Star Fox. You know, and that'll be good. I think it's time, like as they go forward, to bring out those older IPs and to introduce new ones, the ones that haven't gotten as much love. So yeah, I think Star Fox is absolutely right for this year. I think a racing game would be amazing this year.
Yeah. Also, just to add on that for just a quick second, I forget where I read this from, but I believe before they were working on Prime, they were working on like some type of space battle / racing game. So this isn't out of left field. I really hate when people see something like as little as a logo and they immediately just kill it. Like, we get it. Zero is not a good game. You could be like Jams and you could pretend and live in your fantasy. But reality sets in.
Man.
Yeah, it ain't just Jams. This idiot over here too.
Like, listen, you can be dumb. You can think that game's oh god, it's an abomination. Anyway, but just because there's one bad game in a series does not mean that. And even if this isn't what we want from Star Fox, nobody knows what they want until they see it. So judge it from the gameplay. Like, dude, I echo the same thing what Guru said. Like, when I saw Mario plus Rabbids, I was just like, I'd never seen a Rabbids game. Like, I have no way to judge it. Let me wait. Like, who cares if Mario has a gun? And guess what? It's freaking awesome. So I love how so many people like to just, I see it, burn it with fire. Just the logo. I'm down. You know.
So, and then just to go before our actual predictions, Pokemon seems to be a big topic right now. Me personally, I'll start us off. I think that it could come any day, like with an announcement. I don't necessarily think that it's an E3 thing. I think they kind of, you know, go to their own beat of the drum. But anyone have some input on Pokemon? Whether we'll see this soon or at E3 or?
I got an inside source.
Ooh.
No, here he goes with this nonsense. He's over there talking to Rybo, and Rybo's giving him inside tips.
Tinfoil hat right now.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
No. Someone else have it first. So someone else. I'll tell my inside source in a second.
You got an inside source. What are you doing?
Oh my god!
Over there doing.
So yeah, I do agree that it'll probably be any day now. I can see that happening. Maybe they beat the E3 rush because of how much stuff is leaking and not leaking. Just trying to get ahead of things there with the Pokemon Company. But I also do think that we see something from Pokemon Company at E3. Whether it's more of this let's go Pikachu and and Eevee, or whatever the hell this thing is. We either see more of that at E3 or we see something different. But man, if this is really a Yellow remake, it's gonna be wild. I think people have been wanting that Kanto return. I mean, Ultra
Pokemon
Sun and Ultra Moon and Moon and Moon.
Nope.
What do you mean?
All they do is beat us over the head with Kanto. Blue and Red, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Pokemon Generations, and the TCG, Pokemon Go. We're over Kanto.
But here's
over
the thing,
Kanto. Last year, all people were talking about were
No, they were talking about the Diamond
Kanto,
and Pearl
now the Back to
remakes.
Kanto, people are like, oh,
They wanted the
like,
Diamond
come
and Pearl
on, man, you
remakes.
can't. Come on, man. Oh, and Diamond and Pearl too. Yeah, that was another one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just think because of the success of Pokemon Go and that getting so many people who have not, you know, even realized Pokemon still exists since the 90s on this game. They see that the power of the 151 is potent in casual audiences. And let's be honest, Pokemon people, you're gonna buy this game. You're Pokemon people. It doesn't matter if you don't want Kanto. Who here is not gonna buy a Pokemon game? Like, look at Sun and Moon. They sold like crazy. Every single Pokemon sells like crazy. You guys are gonna buy it. And the one thing that I hate from this argument is, guys, yeah, we're going to Kanto. It's 3D. We're entering the third dimension here. It's going to look radically different. And at the same time, hit you with some nostalgic like imagery, but it's going to be completely different. Pokemon and people and the world itself, it's going to look really awesome. So to me, again, we see this like Japanese logo. We hear it maybe Kanto. We hear Pokemon Go. We remember the first weeks and we automatically burn it with fire. This actually, I'll be honest with you, everything I've heard about this game, I'm totally 100% on board. 100%.
Do you think, like, rumors aside, do you really think that they're gonna change it up drastically graphically though?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I think with this game, and I wrote it here in the show notes because I came prepared. Is it's going to be Persona like? You know how the Persona camera angles are, where it's kind of like hub worlds, and you're walking around, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're running at an angled. Yeah,
yeah. And I think if anybody was expecting some type of like Gears of War, God of War like camera angle resting on the shoulder, you're very much. I pray for you. Because
it feels too short notice. If
last
this game
year
is coming out,
this literally had nothing to show us. It's gonna look exactly like Sun and Moon. Like that's
The only thing I don't believe is the Pokemon Go elements, because so many people are like, this better not be true. This better not be true. I'm like, guys, this thing doesn't have a cell band in it. There's no way this is going to have any type of Go connectivity to it. This thing's strictly Wi-Fi.
Unless there's a third item, unless there's like another accessory to connect them.
I doubt it.
I hope not. Pokemon Go is dead. That is
would
dead.
be like that walker that came with
Pokemon Go is not dead.
It's not dead at all.
Hey, trust me. Me and Dave are avid Pokemon Go players, and they keep adding in updates.
Chicago sold out in 10 minutes, my man. That tells you it's not dead. When they have an event that sells out in 10 minutes, it's not dead.
Listen, I can
you
sell
and
10
Dave are
tickets.
too busy riding around Boston or Rhode Island smoking weed, recording podcasts. Please don't give me that nonsense.
I think honestly,
see Pokemon as you're running through the park. Like, look, Dave, there's one
okay.
behind the tree. Like,
listen. If they add in Pokemon Go elements to this game, it will flop more than Labo. Right?
I'm telling you right now, there's nothing you can do to keep a mainline Pokemon game from selling 10 million.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be widely accepted. Like I think that Pokemon, you don't need to dumb it down. You don't need a Breath of the Wild Pokemon edition. Like Pokemon's Pokemon. It sells.
It could be something as simple as if you play Pokemon Go and you catch something in the wild, you can import it into your game. That's what it's not gonna. It could be like Street Pass or something along those lines. I think that's the problem right there. Like what Joseph said, you guys hear something and you want to light it on fire immediately. Like, let's hear what it is first. Let's get the true story of what it is and figure out what exactly they're talking about. Because look, Street Pass was a huge thing for a very long time. If it's something along those lines that like, hey, you that's still playing Pokemon Go, here's a way. Nintendo, it would make sense for Nintendo. And that's the other thing, like it's dead. It makes millions of dollars a day. Like it's still making a ton of money, and Nintendo is trying to get in on some of that. And if they can kind of cross brand that, it just makes sense, especially with a remake. I think it makes a lot of sense for them.
Yeah.
But in and of itself, when you make something that is intended for everyone, at the end of the day, it's for no one. And that's the biggest fear that I have with this, because it doesn't seem like it's for hardcore Pokemon people and doesn't seem like it's casual enough for casuals. So I mean, like, you can say it's focused on the original 151, but how do you explain that Yanmas aren't here, even though they're like literally on the other side of that forest?
Yeah, but I would like to say, like, who would say if I told you some vague thing about Fortnite that game would be taking over the world right now, right? Like, I think we just have to see, like, look, I'm very critical on Labo, and I think it's the dumbest thing Nintendo has done in a very long time. But I saw a trailer and I saw these things in action, and I was like, that's stupid, and they're stupid for doing it. But, you know, at the same exact time we hear these things, I'm not seeing gameplay. I'm not seeing a trailer of what this is yet. And that's the most important thing. We're hearing vague things. So to me, I'm excited. I'm on board. They could sell me Pokemon Snap 2 and I'm on this.
Day one.
Day one, yeah.
I mean, we did see the Labo camera, you know, it hasn't released yet.
Hey, there you go.
But yeah, Gen 1 kind of makes sense. There's a lot of people coming back to Nintendo after a while. Not that you need to like make more of an incentive to sell a Pokemon game, but I think it makes sense. I don't know if I'm ready for a new gen. There's a lot of Pokemon out there. Okay, so I think we need to go down the line with some franchises that are kind of on the hot seat right now, or getting, you know, a lot of talk. I will start with ones. Metroid Prime 4. We saw a logo to finish off the conference last year. I want to know how much of this game we're actually going to see, and if it's gonna come out this year. I'm thinking 2019. I'll start with Bobby.
Yeah, let me do this because I'm going to bounce out after this one. I think we do see it. Yes, I think they actually show some gameplay footage. This is not a 2018 game. Wake up, get out of bed. Like, this is crazy for people to think that this is coming in 2018. It's not. It's not going to be anywhere near. I think if anything, Metroid Prime happens, we get a remaster of the trilogy, kind of, or just a package of the trilogy to let people replay that. I do not, for the life of me, see them at all doing anything in terms of that. But that's all I got. I'm going to bounce. I just want to thank you first off for letting me come in.
Bobby, before you go, what's your favorite number?
14. Pete Rose, baby.
14. Okay.
The guy that crushed the Boston Red Sox back in the day.
Yeah, he did it at a slot machine, right? Anyway, so everyone in the chat right now, put the number 14, and I will pick a random winner, and I will give away an eShop game, random eShop game. So 14's in the chat. Bobby, thank you so much for coming out, man.
Can I say two things?
Yes.
One thing that's coming to E3 is this Ojo, right?
Yeah.
There's my review is actually going to be presented at E3 from Ojo. They're actually going to show off my thing. So that's number one. With the option, they may be bringing me on to talk about it, like their stage to talk about it. So there is a chance that I could be doing that at E3, and I'm really hyped to find out. Second thing, be prepared. End of June, big announcement coming from me. Just want to throw that out there before we go. So that is all.
Ooh, ominous.
Peace out.
Sweet. Let's see. We got some 14s. I'll let that simmer for a second. Joe after work. Metroid Prime 4. How much are we going to see of this?
I hope to God we don't see it at all. Just keep it in 2019.
Wow.
I want my element on there. Oh no, I broke. All right, so I was. It doesn't want me to talk. What I was trying to say was, I hope to God that it's in 2019 because I want my Metroid domain at E3. Like, I want everything to be Metroid themed. I want a goddamn Samus gunship, like, just like crashing right into the middle of the damn thing. Jokes aside, I think we see it. I think we see gameplay. I think we see a considerable amount of gameplay. Whether it's called Metroid Prime 4, I don't think we get a number on this one.
Okay. So you're saying we're not going to see it at all?
I think we're not going to see. I don't think.
Can you guys hear me? There we go. I broke. So what was I saying?
I was saying, so Metroid Prime 4, you don't think we're going to see it at all?
I think we're going to see it. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to be called Metroid Prime 4. I still am under the notion we're getting away from the numbers. I think we go Metroid Prime whatever, or Metroid change the title. I think it's time to start a new, like, this should be the game that sets up a new trilogy, a new series of stories. Get away from Prime. Like, yeah, it'd be great if we can get like the Metroid Prime trilogy like moved over to Switch. I still think that might happen. Mm-hmm. 4 things still showing up at the end of or like slotted for that holiday. I'm personally just like, I don't believe it. But if it's going to be shown at E3 with gameplay, I think we get a release date for this year. I don't agree with it, but I think that's what we get. Okay.
Dallas Robbins in the chat. Hit me up on Discord or Twitter. I will send you that code, man. Congrats. So Delapo, Metroid Prime 4. How much?
Yeah. So like they've said, no matter what happens with Metroid, I think we're either going to get a remastered trilogy or we're just going to get a trilogy port. But I think we see a cinematic trailer. I don't think we see gameplay. Once again, just being one of those turnaround time things. Like, they just had a logo last year. I don't know why Joe was saying all jokes aside, because that is my dream E3. That's what I want.
That's what I want too.
But Metroid is like, Samus. She's never been like that tentpole IP. It's never going to be that tentpole IP for Nintendo. So I still believe it's going to be 2019. I think it's going to be a great way to start out 2019. We see it E3, like just the 2019. I don't think we're going to see a release date, but it's going to say 2019. Just to really start that like first party, lineup again, maybe in like February or March.
Yeah, okay. I wanna take you all on the hype train, as I am the conductor, and I'm also the saboteur, because I also took the brakes and I just ripped them out of the train. So we're full speed ahead. Okay. Yeah, put the coal in the engines, because Joe's about to take you on a ride. All right, Metroid Prime 4 is the title of this game. Now, it's not made by Retro Studios. This is a Bandai Namco game. It's the Shanghai studio. Now, little known fact here, a lot of the people from the Shanghai studio, they made a little game called Star Wars 1313. You still with me here, folks?
Oh, snap.
I am.
You're about to see some hardcore cinematics. You're going to see this trailer in all of its beauty. It's going to hype what Metroid is to the fans out to everybody. It's a 2019 game. It's going to be an early 2019 game. They're going to show you this cool shootout. It's going to be a blend of first person and third person. Okay, maybe you're going to get some cover-based shooting is what I'm saying, because looking at 1313, that's what I'm thinking in my head. And then after the press conference is over, you're like, wow, that was a really awesome cinematic, right? That was really cool. I'm on board. Bandai Namco, good job. And then Shanghai just goes, that was gameplay. And then people say, that's what I'm saying.
He's off the tracks, folks.
No, it's not. The brakes are gone. You could attempt. You could press as hard as you can.
It's funny because
I want to argue with you so bad about this cover thing. Samus don't need no cover. She takes those bullets straight to the face.
She don't need no.
She's turning into a ball. She's hopping from cover to cover, dropping bombs, blowing people up.
You know, it's funny, the switching from first person to third person. That's exactly what I'm envisioning in terms of gameplay mechanics in this game. I think we do see, you saw a little bit of it with Other M, and I know that's kind of taboo to talk about, but hey, I like it.
My baby.
Boom, there you go. See, this is why we get along, Pat.
Killing it.
Of course, there we go. All right, I'm back. This is terrible.
Dial up.
I do see exactly.
Oh man.
Switching from third to first person, yes, I think we see that.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we are going to get a cinematic. I would not say gameplay, but it's going to kind of be something like the Bayonetta when they reveal like the Bayonettas, and you get like that little cinematic. I do think it's going to be 2019. I do say early till like, end of spring, maybe early summer. I don't think it's going to be pushed back too much. I think this has been worked on. I'm flopping on my my mindset right here because that logo was pure trash. I was excited about the announcement that, okay, this is still going, even though I feel like the story did end well. But I do think we get a cinematic. I would be very surprised if we don't see it at E3. If we don't, that's going to be like the biggest question. Like, where the hell is Metroid?
Someone made that JPEG right before the show. That's what it was.
So where's Metroid Prime 3? Okay, take out corruption, put a 4 there. Let's just make it move. You got motion. All right, let's go. Boom, put it out there.
Exactly. But I will say that this game, I think, is going to have a heavy like multiplayer focus. I think it's going to be, you're going to get your single player. It's not going to drown it out too much, but I think you're going to get a big like multiplayer. They've done it before, but it's never been like a big like selling point of the game.
Oh my god!
But is it online?
Oh yeah.
Something just revelation right now.
Oh, sorry.
What if campaign is also co-op where it's not just Samus? What if they bring in? I'm gonna spoil something from Federation for. God damn it! Where we see Homeboy from Hunters. What's his face? Oh my god. His name.
Call him Eric?
Let's call him Eric. There we go. Where Eric. Maybe it's Eric and Samus co-op right there. They have to work together.
Wasn't there something at the end of Corruption where one of the hunters, like his ship, you saw his ship at the end of Corruption?
I still gotta play Corruption.
Dude, it's been like 20 years.
Oh, dude, I don't care about spoilers for that game. I'm okay at this point. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play it, get through it.
Yeah, but I thought that something like there was gonna be like a storyline following that, and maybe that's what it has to do with Hunters. I don't know. But maybe it'll all come full circle. Yeah. Metroid Prime Hunters 3.
Oh my god.
They skip 2 and they just go straight to
2. So good. We made it a trilogy with 2 games.
I want to go back to Bad Bit.
Sure.
Now we're all pretty much saying 2019. Is there any way that this game comes out this year?
No, absolutely not. This whole holiday season is focused on Super Smash Brothers and it's focused on Pokemon. That is the 2 main focuses. That's why Pokemon's going to be an E3 in a huge way. Same with Smash Brothers. Like, there's at least 5 minutes dedicated to, if this is a 30-minute show, 5 minutes dedicated to both of those games because they want to sell you on these 2 and they want to get the word out. So Metroid is not going to have a big focus here. Again, you're going to see that, footage. You're going to see that cinematic I promised you. And yeah, there is a companion there, right? His name's Eric, and he's kind of a new partner. and every time you're like, boy, turn into a ball. And he's like, he's doing it. He's all confused. And then you take off the mask, you're Kratos. And anyway, boy. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, boy, that's it. No, this is an early 2019 game. We're talking February, March. Probably March.
Okay. So I think we should switch intended. I want to go around and I want one bold prediction for this E3, and I want you to plead your case, and we're all going to disagree and fight. It's going to be a great time. The Lapa, I'm going to go with you, man.
Shoot.
Bold prediction.
Nintendo Online doesn't suck.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Got devil's advocate here. I think that we're going to see some amazing things. I think we're going to see that Mario Kart 8 level connection move over to Smash Bros. So where it doesn't feel like we're playing a slideshow. I think we're going to see some heavy online like utilization from things like Pokemon. I think like it's going to be good. It's going to be good at least.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, I think online's going to be a big step up. Not that it's like terrible right now. Bad Bit. I don't even know if I want to go to you.
Oh, trust me. You want to go to me.
Okay,
right,
here we go.
Tap me in.
Mr. Bold.
Here we go. during this announcement, right? We know Nintendo again. Get on this train. Well, you can't get off because
Nope.
we know that Nintendo and Microsoft are playing nice with each other, maybe a little bit too nice. And so midway during their conference, during their Treehouse event, they're gonna invite Mr. Phil Spencer on their stage. And he's like, I want to thank everybody for attending, and all the Nintendo CEOs are around, all the board members and stuff.
Here we go.
Everybody's clapping. Reggie's just like, round of applause for this man. Oh my goodness. And it's all feel good. And then everybody's drinking, celebrating. And then Phil just gets up and he's just like, leave one wolf alive. None of the sheep are safe. And everybody starts just coughing, right? Phil spiked every single one of their drinks. Falling, there's flying. Someone grabs Miyamoto and just like shakes him, just an awful bunch. Everybody drops. It is a somber moment, but now he sits in his chair, knocks on it twice, and he's like, finally, Xbox has exclusives.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I hope the police were watching this. He's your number one suspect right now.
I thought that was going a totally different direction.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but in all seriousness, Smash, we're gonna see Banjo, we're gonna see Crash, we're gonna see Spyro, but then and Shovel Knight. But then here's where I jump off that cliff. Okay, here's where the train's just gonna go right, just bam. Back to the Future 3 style. We're gonna see Master Chief. It's gonna make sense. It doesn't make sense anymore. You could be rated M for mature. You could be whatever the hell you want. Master Chief's gonna be in there.
Master Chief, Banjo. Jeez.
Yeah, and it literally when Master Chief arrives, he superhero lands, and then it goes, Master Chief finishes the fight, and I'm like, I'm in. It's Halo 3 Master Chief. His armor was the best.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll get into Smash in a little bit. Yeah. Joe, as you're recuperating over there, bold prediction.
What? All right.
Hi guys.
I had Banjo on there for Smash characters, but I guess we'll save like you said, we'll save for Smash. Yeah. Bold claim. So we just got off the hype of some Kingdom Hearts 3 news. I'm not gonna say KH3, but I think Square Enix announces that all the KH collection games that have come out on PS4 so far coming to Nintendo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Coming to Switch. I think we get all the KH 1 through bajillion trilogy X, make whatever the hell the titles that they make that make no sense. We get all those games freaking coming over to Switch.
Kingdom Hearts. Okay.
Yeah.
Down with that. I think. Yeah, I'm not even going to debate that. I would like to see
a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that my bold prediction is that the Smash roster is going to, for the first time ever, become smaller. It's always increased. I think that they're going to focus on more so reinventing characters. I don't know about Odyssey Mario. Because you have the Splatoon 1 like inklings, so it kind of seems like it's not current yet, but I think it's going to be smaller. And I said this over on We the Gamercast, but I think we're going to get 3 new characters. Not that they're going to like spotlight them or highlight them. And I made the comparison before of when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was revealed and you saw King Boo and you're like, wait, is that Boo? Like it's going to kind of be like that, where you see like 1 or 2 characters be revealed. I'm kind of with you on Banjo. I think that there's some hype about it, but I'm kind of like hesitant to talk about new Smash characters, because I think with them, making the roster smaller, they're going to be a little bit more choosy. And I don't necessarily think like Crash or Spyro is Smash worthy. But
Whoa.
I think you're totally wrong, though.
Whoa.
They can't.
Crash is so Smash ready. It even rhymes with it.
Crash is ready to smash.
Delapo, so does Trash. So I'm just gonna put it out there.
Damn.
I like Crash. I like Crash. I do like Crash.
I don't like that. I don't like that talk. But they can't shrink. They can't shrink
say the same thing about
because
Spyro.
once you shrink it, right, everybody's gonna think like
You're selling it as
this
DLC.
yeah, you're selling it for DLC. You're becoming EA, and this isn't a sequel, right? This is a 1 point, or a 0.9 version of Smash. They have to keep the roster relatively the same size unless there's licensing things. So I don't think any of the DLC characters are making it over to Smash. I think maybe some leave and some enter. Yeah, just because of licensing reasons.
I think we're gonna see Bayonetta 3 Bayonetta for
sure.
sure.
Sure, definitely. Yeah, I think those characters for sure, but I don't think Cloud or some people or Street Fighter dude, the Hadouken guy.
Street
Ryu?
Ryu? Listen, I haven't played since the Game Boy. That was the best version. All right,
Come on,
so,
man.
yeah. I don't think you're gonna see any of those characters make it because probably licensing issues.
Okay.
Can I make a hardware bold claim?
Oh God. Okay. Let's do it.
We don't hear anything about
The world will never know.
GameCube control. Yep, exactly. We don't get any info at all. I think they retire quietly the GameCube controllers.
Please, thank you. That's all I want.
Okay. You guys you Nintendo fans, let me tell you something. You guys gotta stop pretending that's a good controller.
It's a good controller. It's a good controller.
For
It's
the
all right controller.
Yeah, for the GameCube. Yeah, it is. I agree.
Controller is where it. So let's get over this.
The Wavebird Wireless is one of the best goddamn controllers out there.
It's a good controller. It's solid.
The C-Stick is terrible.
Stick is way too small.
Yeah. That'd be a weird thing for them to do, but I kind of agree. I think that the Joy-Con Pro Controller, I think they're trying to reinvent what the best controller is.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a good segue to go right into Smash. It's the highlight of the conference, as said by Nintendo. So I want to hear some thoughts and predictions about Smash, maybe some roster, maybe some different game modes. I think I'll start with Joe.
Oh gosh. Roster wise is probably what I'll probably be better at. But I think we see some indie characters show up. We had some with Brawl Out, but I think Nintendo's been playing really nice. I would love to see something of a Celeste show up, although that's really wild and out there. I think Shovel Knight would probably be a more reasonable character that can work really well in Smash.
Okay.
I'll start there. I'll start it off.
Delapo, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I think he's right. I think it's time for indies. I think we see Quote before we see Shovel Knight, but I mean, maybe that's just a personal preference thing. I think we have enough. I feel like Quote would be unique enough that it would work out pretty well. But
I'm not a hip kid. Delapo, who is Quote?
Yeah,
Cave Story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what?
Blade Strangers got him.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Blade Strangers. Bold prediction. Pat's gonna get his butt whooped.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
I will probably lose that bet. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting, because I made a top 5 on what indie characters I think will make it into Smash. You guys think that Nindies will finally? I mean, they have a name for it. Is this the Smash to do it? That's a pretty.
I think we get one. I don't think we're gonna get a lot.
No.
I think we're definitely gonna get one.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get Shovel Knight, and just for Joe, we're gonna get Shantae.
Oh yeah,
Shantae too. That's true. Yeah.
I think Shovel Knight has its own amiibo. They really tout that thing like it belongs, and it does. It belongs right beside all these Nintendo characters. So yeah, for sure. Shovel Knight, yeah. Indies are gonna come out there. The guy that looks like everybody's dad is gonna come out there and talk about how excited Indies are gonna be in the Smash Brothers. So
I think Shantae isn't obscure enough to show up on there if we're gonna get really obscure, because I feel like no one knew Fire Emblem characters until Smash. If we're gonna go with indies or Nindies, sorry, Gunvolt. Exactly.
Yeah. I like the idea of like non-sword based characters. Because we've been getting a lot of those. But do Mii fighters come back?
Ooh. No, kill them with fire.
But that was such a good way of selling DLC, though. Like
just
the costumes,
take as much fire as you can and just throw it at them.
I love.
I don't even look at it.
Oh, Mii Brawler was my main.
Yeah, I agree with the Fire Emblem characters. There's a lot.
There's so many of them.
Too many. Actually, take some out because, like, I don't know who Robin is.
Can a brother get an archer? Like, come on! Like, they have archers in that game.
Dude, yeah,
please.
Yeah.
There are like weapons that aren't in there, like archer, spear. Spear's a good one.
I'll take an axe.
I'll take Camilla, please.
Oh yeah.
I think we can. The chat will agree. We can take Camilla. That's fine. You know, I got 2 good reasons why Camilla's there. You know what I'm saying, guys?
Wait, what?
I said I got 2 good reasons why Camilla's in that.
Oh my
Smash,
god!
if you know,
Let's not. Why did I even ask?
I think a Smash thing also that like nobody really talks about. I think that costumes are going to be way better. I think that like it's going to be more than palette swaps. Like especially like with the Inklings, I think like, it's going to be more akin to like the Animal Crossing, the Villager. Like I think it's going to be more like that, where like it's more dynamic and they like their tentacles or whatever will change along with their clothes and that kind of thing.
Okay,
I think that's where DLC comes in. Those costumes.
Yeah, no, dude, like DLC is going to be heavy in this game. Like the Wii U version, it's like $140, $160 if you want everything. Yeah, so they're going to.
I'm getting that season pass.
Do they do that? Did they do that with the other one?
I think they will because they've been doing season passes more recently. So I think they did it with Zelda. They did it with Fire. I think they did it with Fire Emblem.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then Xenoblade. So yeah, I'm definitely doing the season pass.
Definitely. Any more predictions about Smash? Do we get? I think the big one is the amiibo craze. It would be dumb for them not to. It would kind of be. I mean, they sell like crazy. Even still, amiibo Wave 2. Joseph, what do you got, man?
So remember that fire I said? Move it over. You burn these things of fire. We don't need them anymore. Take amiibo. Just listen. Toys to Life is over. We got over this fad. I think the way we see amiibo right now are in their, I think, correct form. It's like, hey, day one people, here's some extra stuff to get more onto that, attach rate, right? So, more things to tack onto your original purchase, and then after a month or two goes by, you just kind of eliminate them. Just please stop with amiibo. Like I feel like amiibos, like these pop figures, there's only so much space on a desk or at someone's house. Stop, please. That's what I think.
Delapo, amiibo.
I think we need alternatives. I think if you're gonna do amiibos, give us cards that do the same thing.
Yes.
Because what happened to me was like what I realized very early on is if I don't buy mainline like Nintendo characters, the other ones just sit there. So I'd rather have cards that sit there than amiibo that sit there.
Yeah.
I just think like convenience and like being earnest with the price point with a lot of these things, especially since a lot of us can't find the rare ones. Just give me the freaking cards.
It does make sense. Like you have the Animal Crossing cards. I have the like third party, like not official Breath of the Wild amiibo cards. We won't talk about that, but they are convenient. It just makes so much sense. I'm not a big amiibo collector. I literally collect the ones that I'm like, okay, that one's cool. Like I bought the Samus ones because I was like, Prime 4 has to use them in some way. But yeah, I hope they kind of go away from that. I mean, I think that they're going to make a Wave 2, unfortunately, but it's going to be interesting because if they shy away from that from Smash, that pretty much started it, it's going to be a big, tell on their part. Like, are they going to go forward with amiibos? You don't really see a ton of them like on the shelf still. Sometimes you get like the re-releases, but I feel like they just don't make enough. So that's all out there. In terms of characters that are going to be on the show floor now. So the Inklings are definite. They're one of those that were shown off. I feel like Breath of the Wild Link is going to be one of the highlighted characters on the show floor. Is there any character that you're like, that's a definite to be playable on the showroom floor? Bad Bit. I'll start with you, man.
Definite on the show floor. I really do think we're gonna get a Microsoft-esque character. I really do think that the way that they're playing so nice with each other. So maybe I'm gonna throw one more bold one out there. Minecraft Steve comes in.
I'll never turn it on.
And he's probably the realistic Microsoft character. And yeah, Steve's animations are gonna be wonky but awesome, and I think that's gonna be there. My even bolder prediction, if I could be so bold, is there's we see, praise be his name, Shuhei Yoshida step on, and he's just like, hey gang, guess what? Sony's here. Everybody loves God of War. Everybody loves The Last of Us. We're getting Kratos and his son in this game, and his son is going to be an item. And so yeah, like all of a sudden you're gonna see, like, you're gonna pick up this axe, throw it, and then it's just gonna be Atreus, and just a loud boy, and he shoots someone with an arrow. You're gonna get Ellie, and she's just gonna toss a brick at someone's face.
Jojo in the chat summed up Bad Bit perfectly. I can't tell if you're joking.
I can't tell either, Jojo. I can't.
Oh wow. My god, Joe, I think we got you back.
Yeah.
Smash characters playable on the show floor. Inklings, I said Breath of the Wild Link, I think is going to be a big emphasis. Any more that you're like, it's going to be a lock?
Any more that's a lock? Yeah, definitely. I think we see like the classics, Captain Falcon, Fox, Samus, the original roster that's been there since the beginning of time. I say is just locked in. As far as like some of the unlockable characters from past games being in this one, I'm trying to think something along the lines of like probably a Fire Emblem character. I'd say like a Lucina maybe.
Okay.
I think also
sword character, yeah.
Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers for the 3 people that play in main Ice Climbers.
Ooh, yeah, you think they make a return? Okay.
Oh, they're definitely coming back. There's no reason for them not to come back.
Yeah. Weren't they like made already and didn't come in or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, One Metal Gaming. Joe's doing the green screen all wrong.
I know, right?
So
doesn't work.
Here's another prediction, and Nintendo's done this before. ARMS comes to mind. I think they did it with another game. I think that once they do the trailer, the breakdown, maybe add some new mechanics, I think that we're going to get something along the lines of like a test punch, like a try it out, like a weekend or something, like Smash Weekend or something. That sounds a lot worse than it is. But it's going to be a weekend where everyone can play, and the internet and the service is going to be put to the test. I think that's going to be the game that when the service comes on, it's going to be like, okay, Nintendo, how good is it? So I think that's going to happen. So
calling it right now, Smash test.
Nah, Smash or pass.
Yo, he said that with a straight face. He's been holding that one in.
Oh my god,
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a timeline in mind?
I think it's probably going to be about a month after probably sometime in July.
Okay. Because I was thinking August is looking pretty clean right now. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I think it's going to be. Well, actually, I'll say this. So,
or maybe they do 2.
Yeah, that's true. They could do 2 waves. I wouldn't be surprised. I think a month before the game comes out, we're going to have like a big Smash or pass. Oh man. So before we go into our kind of last segment, Joe after work, what's your favorite number, man?
My favorite number, 3.
3? Okay. So in the chat right now, do put your 3s in the chat, and the winner will get an eShop card. So 3s in the chat, guys, if you want to win that.
3s in the chat. Put the 3s in the chat, yo.
I will go with Delapo next. I want to talk about some franchises that need some love. Some franchises that people are kind of talking about that we might see them. I'm talking about like the Pikmins and the Animal Crossings. What do you think? Any surprise ones? I saw Mario Party a lot in there, so
yeah. As far as like people have been talking about, yeah, Mario Party. I hate being one of those people that's like, oh, take it back to when it was good, but I just don't think it was iterated properly. I think it evolved very poorly, and that makes me very sad for Mario Party. So I'd like to see them try it again. Maybe like continue to try and take it in a different direction, like try to work with it, but maintain that like the competitive nature behind it, because the car thing really upset that. So that being said, like if it's not Mario Party, give us Mother 3. give us Mother 3.
Let the dream die.
I can't. It can't die. Why would they give us Lucas? Tell us why, Joe. Why give us Lucas if they don't ever intend doing it?
For how many Smash games? Huh? And still nothing?
I just don't understand.
that's true.
It's okay. Bring it in. It's okay.
It's just so sad. But I think maybe what might be happening with that is that they might be like either remaking it or HDing or like 3Ding, something like that. They might be doing something to it to where they weren't like, let's just give them the GBA port. So hopefully, in my mind, I think that's what's going on. That's what's taking so much time. Because in all honesty, there's no other reason why they wouldn't just, just give it to us. But yeah, that's the main thing for me is just Mother and Mario Party.
All right, Joe, after work, some franchises that we could possibly see
down the road. I guess the obvious one being Animal Crossing. Man, so I'm trying to think of something that like just is completely dead that should be revitalized that isn't Ice Climbers. Trying to go deep in Wario Land. We haven't had one of those in a while.
I like that.
I think a Wario Land right there. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna lock that in.
Okay.
Just lock it.
Before I go to Bad Bit, Dude427, congrats on that eShop card. Hit me up, man.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my boy right there. That's my Fortnite duos partner right there.
He's the guy who's supposed to carry me in Fortnite. Yeah.
Bad Bit tried to carry me, and I was like, how do you get wood? I like learned. It was bad. Bad Bit, some franchises that we could see.
Okay, so I really like this Pikmin idea. I like it. First off, I don't think we're going to see anything more than what has been rumored. I just need to make that clear. So, like Mario Party, all that out the door. But if anything, I'm going to say Pikmin, and with a Bad Bit twist, it's going to be rated M for mature. I'm going to be truthful with you guys. I have never played a Pikmin game. I just know that you collect these aliens and you use them to solve puzzles and they die along the way. I need it to be graphic. I need a Pikmin holding up his little leg in the air and trying like to attach it back on. I need to see a Pikmin just combust. I just need to see like one guy like trying like hovering over a dead Pikmin like, you son of a bitch. Like,
oh my god.
You monster?
I do have one that I forgot.
Okay, yeah, hit us, man.
Golden Sun.
I'm sorry.
Golden Sun. Camelot.
Sun.
Get off these sports games. Aces better be your last one.
Serious?
Let's get a proper sequel to this damn game.
We see Star Tropics before we see Golden Sun.
Yo, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, Jalappo. Come on.
Mike, he's getting a new game and he's going to be in Smash. Boom. There. I said it.
Jeez.
So I'm seeing it a lot in the chat, or I was before. Mario Party. I definitely think that's a good game to bring out, especially with the Switch. All the controllers have said this a million times. But Mario Party, I feel like they need to make it good again. And they need to it just needs to be good, That's the best that I got there. Mario Party, goddamn. What are you sending me, Joe?
I think also in the conference, there's going to be, when they announce Mario Party, they're going to give everybody a red hat saying, make Mario Party great again. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think there's a big fandom for Animal Crossing too, so I think we need to go over Animal Crossing real quick. Joe, are you a big Animal Crossing fan?
Not in the slightest.
Okay.
Boring. It's literally dead. The video game. That's all.
Ouch! I was not expecting this.
It's not for a lack of trying either. I've tried it, and tried again. New Leaf on the 3DS. I played for a little bit and then I just kind of drop off. The real life stuff, I guess, just doesn't click with me because I'm dealing with it already. I'm like, oh man, I don't need this game. Like, come on, man. Tom Nook, why are you doing this to me? And then I try it on the phone and I was addicted for all of a day and a half. And like, I put in time into that. And then again, I fell off. I feel like it's going to be the same thing with Switch. But the thing is, I'm always willing to give it a shot. I'm not going to knock it down until, like, you know, I pick up the game and actually play it for myself. So I'm going to give this one a shot if and when it comes out. But I feel like it's going to be the same thing all over again for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm the only Animal Crossing fan here.
For now, Guru left.
I honestly think that we're not going to see it. I don't know. Something tells me that we're not going to see it. We have the mobile game that I just could not get into, but I think it's more of like a next year thing. I don't know. A lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, since the internet is launching, like this would be a perfect game. Nintendo does not have to sell the internet. It's like they sold it with the price. It's $20 a year. You don't have to make game specific. So I don't really see that. But yeah, Animal Crossing. I don't see it. What's Ribo saying? Okay,
Ribo's saying something beautiful.
If I can say, I
do have an inside source on Animal Crossing.
Inside source. Here we go.
Inside source. We are going to see it. It is all about not just running a town, but the prologue is running a political campaign. You are your creative, you know, Animal Crossing figure. Tom Nook is your advisor, right?
Okay.
And it's all about running a political campaign, smearing your way to the top at any way, any way, shape, or form. You are killing people. That the Russians are in there. You're talking about Tom Nook's emails. And Julian Assange is going to be a special character. He is an armadillo. And after you win this election, you have to try to cover up all the wrongdoings and the Russia connections. So it's going to be a political sim. It's going to be called House of Crossing. And there you go.
House of Crossing. And it's going to get canceled on Netflix.
House of Crossing is going to be great.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Wrong.
The best game I've ever played.
Best selling game on the Switch.
To a lot of people. Cut it out.
Yes. You know,
Clear.
I don't like the fact that Trump's been brought up twice on this live stream.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I don't see Animal Crossing. F-Zero can stay in the grave. I don't think we're gonna see that.
Jesus Christ!
I don't know, man.
Say that.
No, I think people got to stop pretending that they played F-Zero, because every time I hear on a podcast,
I played Maximum Velocity.
We bring back F-Zero, bring back F-Zero. If there's so many people talking about these on these podcasts that F-Zero needs to be a thing, it would have been a thing. So it's not. Get over it. It's dead. We got Falcon Punch. That's all you're gonna get.
Okay,
that's pretty much it. Falcon is Smash. Is really what it comes.
Another thing. Another F-Zero character comes to Smash. That's my other Smash position. Boom.
Is there another F-Zero character?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's
like 20 of them.
There's James McCloud.
There's
like
bootleg Batman. I don't know. I like F-Zero, but like for me, like Fast Racing RMX. Maybe it's because I like that game so much, but I'm good.
Yeah, it scratches an itch. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That Extreme G and all those fast games like that back in the day.
Yeah. I guess to end it off, guys, we've been saying how important E3 is to Nintendo. Do you guys think this will be a big time event for them? Like, are they going to deliver? Part of me says that they're going to blow it out of the park. The other part of me is like, we're going to get Smash, a few other announcements like Spyro or something like that. Are you believing in Nintendo?
I'll always believe in Nintendo, but I think this is going to be that 50-50 for a lot of people critically, that they're going to look at this and be like, it was a solid presentation, but they didn't woo anybody. Like, a lot of it seems like safe bets because we've gotten the information prior. I think we're going to see a lot of stuff that we've already been talking about. I'm trying to think of the one game, and that one game would have been Smash, that they just go wham right at the end and say like, okay, this is coming out this year, and everyone blows their minds, but they blew that load. So I'm like trying to wrap my head around, what are they hiding?
Joe, you gotta choose your words.
Oh no, that was all intentionally.
Okay.
Like, I can't think of the game that's going to be like that game that everyone's going to be talking about at the very end, like they did with that Nintendo Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you think it's smash and bust?
Smash, not smash and bust. I think it's going to be a solid presentation. This guy. Smash or Pass Weekend. I mean, what Metroid? Smash. Like, let's look at everything we just discussed. If we're gonna go full circle, you have Smash, you have Metroid, you have this potential Star Fox. You might have Pokemon on there. We haven't heard anything on Yoshi. We haven't heard anything on Fire Emblem. Bayonetta 3, maybe. I feel like that they keep quiet and they'll talk about it later on. Because another thing you got to remember, Nintendo, although like they mentioned Luigi's Mansion for 2019, like they rarely ever focus, like as of like the last few years, they rarely focus these directs on things that are going to happen in the following year. They may do like one or two games that we may have not seen, and maybe that's what we'll see at E3. Which is why I'm thinking if we do get a Metroid, gameplay in there, this game is probably going to come out this year, which I'm still against. I want my Metroid booth, but I think they're hiding something. I just don't know what it is. I don't know if it's going to wow us, like wow everybody. We'll probably be giddy about it. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get everyone else going like Smash did.
Okay. And Delapo, they've said already, Smash is our baby for this conference. Do you think that they feel that they can just say, hey, Smash is coming and not really add any more fluff to it? What do you believe in Nintendo?
We're so done with these words.
Yeah, I really do, because anytime like the Smash season comes around again, I always go, okay, it's gonna be Smash, I'm gonna get excited for it, and then it happens and I lose my freaking mind because there's always someone who they introduce or some mechanic they introduce, or I'm just like, I remember the second they put Snake out there, I was like, I don't care about all this tripping bull crap. Yeah, it's all about that Snake. So it's there's always something that they do with it that really entices and brings you back to why you love Smash Bros. Even if like it's that and like two other games that they really focus on, I'm fine. They won't win E3 by any metric solely based on that, but yeah, I think people will still have a really good time with it no matter what they announce.
Okay, Mr. Badbit.
Yes,
I know you've been pretty modest this live stream.
I would say a little bit too modest, to be completely honest. So let me close it on this note right here. First, I'm not going to say anything crazy. Okay, I was even thinking about getting Spider Bit in here, but I don't
wait. Before you start, Badbit, what's your favorite number, man?
Let me be classy. 69.
69. Okay, and Delapo, what's your favorite number?
8.
8. I was expecting something else. All right, so 69 minus 8 is 61. So if we get some 61s in the chat, we have another eShop card. So 61's in the chat. Bad bit. Okay.
All right,
Closing.
closing remarks. I think the more perfect Joe said it perfectly, and
This
that
guy.
is we're gonna see. Listen, I'm Cell first form. Okay, Joe is perfect Cell. I think we're gonna see mostly Smash Brothers. I think maybe we see a clip of Star Fox. Yeah, we do have to see something of Metroid. Those are gonna be maybe small minute-long trailers. Yes, you're gonna see Fire Emblem, but it's not gonna be a huge focus. I think we're gonna see a lot of little things, a lot of little montages that lead to the big event, and that is Smash Brothers, what it's all about at the end of the day. Because that's the next thing that Nintendo, the next big IP. So maybe you're right, we don't see Pokemon because that's assuming it's in November and Smash is somewhere September, October. But I really do think Nintendo needs to hit this out of the park. We stated it in the beginning. This is theirs to lose. If Microsoft, Sony, whatever the case may be, Ubisoft, how they stole it last year, Nintendo needs to walk away the same way they walked away. 2 years ago? Everybody talking about Breath of the Wild. Everybody needs to be talking about Smash Brothers and why they need Smash Brothers. Everybody has to be talking about about Nintendo in the way of we're getting too many ports. We need to stop that. They need to focus on their lineup and their roadmap. So if people are talking about, wow, that was such a great conference, Nintendo is taking it home, but they cannot afford a bum. Is low energy, just focusing on one game presentation. They need at least. I think Adam Boyes, of the CEO of Iron Galaxy, said one thing: to have a great show, you need 3 different moments that people go, "I'm gonna get that game." So they need to show at least 3 games that everybody looks at and they go, "We need those games." And I think if Nintendo does that, they're gonna have a great conference.
Nice. Okay. There was no Kratos in that ending remark, so okay.
Boy.
So randomized L1 Metal Gaming. Congrats on that eShop card. Hit me up on Twitter or Discord, or I'll get it to Joe and he can give it to you.
Nice.
I will say this. I think that Nintendo is going to deliver this year. I think there's a little bit of pressure on them, though. Even the directs that they've had, it's been port heavy. It's been games that are people are kind of like, okay, that looks pretty good. Even the releases this year, they're very niche. You're looking at Kirby, Hyrule Warriors, Labo. That's not enough for this year. Smash is going to be great. I think it's going to be a new game. I think the whole idea of a port thing, I would be shocked if it was a port. I think it's a brand new game. Yeah. I think they deliver a couple surprises. I think this is going to be kind of weird. You're going to have maybe a game, maybe a remake come back, which we didn't really talk about. I would love to see like Ocarina of Time or some kind of remake there. But I think they're going to deliver. So L1 Metal Gaming, Dude 427, and God damn, I forgot the other guy. Hit me up. Hit me up, guys. He added me on Twitter during the show, so hit me up. I will send those to you. Thank you guys very, very much for coming out, and I will have you guys sign off. Delapo, where can they find you?
You can find us potentially wherever on YouTube, PoPerf US on Twitter and or Instagram. That's where we chill. That's where we do our thing.
They got some nice swag there too. I like the
True story.
I gotta cop me some. Mr. Bad Bit.
Yes.
Where can they find all that PlayStation goodness?
I would love to plug Bad Bit Games on YouTube. I would love to plug the Trophy Room on iTunes, SoundCloud, anywhere you can find a podcast service. But I don't want to do that. It's not about me, Mr. Badbit at YouTube.com. I want to just say a big shout out to Bobby. In all seriousness, I love Bobby so much. It was so great to have him on the stream before the Bears took him. Oh man, it was awful. Oh man, it was horrifying. We were all there, and he's gone. Rip Bobby. Where's my Oscar Academy? No, seriously, Bobby, amazing. Check him out at Nintendo Goonies at Twitter, and of course, every time you go to bed at night, you can just go Rip Bobby.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh wow!
I must say, Bobby has been sending me everything, like
Yeah.
intros, pictures, like
It's hype.
dude, he's coming back strong.
It's on a
So
whole other level.
look forward to that. Joe, we still have to do some work for that, by the way.
Yes, yeah.
But Joe, where can they find you, man?
They could find me at Patrick Forgot a Code that I sent them on Discord for the chat to give away.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that is a nice one. I might enter this one as well. So the lovely people that are still in the chat, we have an awesome giveaway. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for the Switch. Let's see. Okay. So in the chat right now, type out your favorite Zelda game, and Joe will pick it after he plugs himself.
Oh man, you could
So
find
favorite Zelda game.
Favorite Zelda game. I won't give away mine. At Joe After Work, everything joeafterwork.com, youtube.com/Joe After Work, twitch.tv/Joe After Work. I'm pretty easy to find. Cool hangs.
Awesome. So we're just gonna let this wait out a bit. That's awesome, guys. If you Hyrule Warriors, if you don't have the original, I highly suggest it. That's why I picked up the Wii U version. No, it's a really good port. Okay. Oh man, Sean Capri is here, but he did not miss out on the giveaway. We have a Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. All you have to do is write your favorite Zelda game, and I will give you that code.
Oh wow!
Sean, if you don't know the seasons or the ages, don't want to hear it.
Wait, what happened?
That's it. There's only 2 Legend of Zelda games.
There's only 2 Legend of Zelda games. Damn.
I don't think that's how
Season
it
and
works.
ages. That's it.
See, if this was my competition, I would have gone with whoever said Wind Waker. That's just me.
Oh man. You know what? Yo.
You're wrong about a lot of things, Pat.
7 out of 10. Too much water.
Hey, Breath of the Wild's my favorite, but Wind Waker, that's a sleeper right there.
Oh
It's
man.
Majora's Mask. It's just Majora's Mask.
Oh, dude, Majora's Mask.
Yo.
Oh God.
There's a lot of good choices.
I wouldn't wish Majora's Mask on Mussolini.
You know what? It's Patrick's channel.
Okay.
Normally, people know my answer, but Wind Waker, I see it from Jams.
Jams is the winner.
Wow.
Jams is the winner. I see Wind Waker. I'm going with
Rigged.
Patrick's. It's rigged. It's the first one I saw that had it.
Jamsy, hit me up. I got your Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Otherwise, I would have went with Link's Awakening, which was the next one down from Raibo.
You can't say that, Joe. What a tease,
I know. I'm sorry.
So, Jams, you caught 5 minutes of the podcast, and it paid off.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome,
Can we give James a shout out? Because he didn't just play Hello Kitty Racers once, but he played it twice.
Hell yeah. So I think that Hyrule's Definitive Edition, I can't say the name right apparently, but that'll recoup some of your $40 that you spent on that. Yeah. So good on you, man. Yeah, check out James's channel. Bargain Bros is the next big thing. You heard it here first.
Dude, it is.
True story.
But thank you guys very much. I'm not going to milk this anymore. Thank you for coming out. Any of you guys doing any E3 coverage you want to shout out or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm planning on streaming it on over on Twitch that morning. If anybody wants to hang out, chill out, and geek out for that.
And I'll be streaming the same thing. So I mean,
oh man, you know what? We gotta link up then.
Oh snap! And we could do like reactions after. That should be
can we?
Nutty. That would be nutty.
There we go. We're gonna talk
plans and all this stuff.
I'm pretty chill.
All right, guys. Star Fox Racing. I will see you soon. See you guys.